And finally, Canadians are heading to the polls on Monday in one of the country's most closely watched federal elections in years. With tensions rising over President Donald Trump's trade war and claims about annexing Canada, voters are weighing how each party plans to defend national interests while tackling urgent issues at home. From the soaring cost of living to the housing crisis and defense spending, parties are making promises that could reshape Canada's future. And with a record number of advance ballots already cast, all eyes are now on April 28th. Here's more from the Great White North.
Canadians head to the polls on April 28, in what many see as a turning point for the country. With growing tensions over US trade, a housing crisis, and the rising cost of living, this election could reshape Canada's future.
I, Mark Carney, do swear that I will be faithful and
Prime Minister Mark Carney, who took office just last month, called a snap election seeking a strong mandate.
heirs and successors.
Who's ready to axe some taxes?
The former central bank governor faces Conservative leader Pierre Poilievre, who is riding a wave of populist support.
We need to put Canada first for a change, with a new Conservative government that will axe taxes, unleash our resource production, build pipelines, secure our border, rebuild our armed forces, and stand up to Donald Trump from a position of strength.
Polls show the Liberals and Conservatives are neck and neck. A CTV Globe and Mail Nanos survey puts the Liberals at 42.9% and the Conservatives at 39.3%. However, the New Democratic Party trails at 7.2%. Reports indicate a record 7.3 million people have already cast their ballots, which is a staggering 25% increase from 2021. And Elections Canada estimates over 28 million voters are registered. Now at the centre of the race are bread and butter issues like cost of living and tax relief. All parties are proposing relief from rising costs. The Liberals promise a 1-point cut in the lowest tax bracket, while the Conservatives have pledged an even sharper reduction. The NDP, on the other hand, wants to remove sales tax on essentials like energy and the internet. US President Donald Trump is also a major factor in this campaign. His recent remarks on turning Canada into a 51st US state and tariff threats have renewed tensions.
I think in Canada right now it's Trump. I think we need a very strong leader to stand up to him. And Carney seems to have the background and the credentials to do it.
Another key issue is defense. Canada faces pressure to meet NATO's 2% GDP spending target. Both Liberals and Conservatives aim to hit the target by 2030. The Liberals propose over $18 billion over 4 years, while the Conservatives have promised over $17 billion and Arctic bases. The NDP, meanwhile, targets 2032 and wants to cancel fighter jet contracts with US firms. Soaring housing cost is another key concern. Liberals promise over $25 billion in financing, while the Conservatives aim to build 2.3 million homes in 5 years. And the NDP plans 3 million affordable homes by 2035.
Housing is unaffordable. Mortgages, everything is skyrocketing. Grocery costs and everything, so I think it's important.
With its future hanging in the balance, the key questions are what kind of Canada will emerge after April 28? And who will its citizens choose to deal with Donald Trump?
Greeting you with aloha and namaste.
I love India.
Presence, occupation of a territory by another country pertains to India. What we saw in Kashmir.
The Prime Minister
How do you see Trump's America?
Yes, the current administration behaves differently from the previous administration.
Are you saying that there are foreign powers who are trying to bring down the current government in Syria?
Exactly.
Bluntly, Iran, maybe Russia too.
Prime Minister Modi committed to South-South, cooperation.
Not over 50%.
Is Ukraine prepared to pay the price for that peace?
No compromises at the cost of territorial integrity and sovereignty.